Morning, it's Dot Tone Dan again, and I want to show you something that's not necessarily about screen printing, but it's all about color separation and printing in general, and what the CMYK values do, or even spot channels, what they do, and how you build up color to create, let's say, a richer black. So in CMYK printing, typically you might see you will see a black that's made up of CMYK percentages in the high percentage range. Those stacked up on top of each other build a richer black. So for example, if you were to just have 100% solid K in the black percentages here, that would be printing a little bit grayish on a white background. So this image that I have here is actually for a tent, and it's a template provided by the sublimation printer. And this black background that you see in here is made up of 75% cyan, 68% magenta, 67% yellow, as you see right here in the window as I scroll over top, and 90% black. It's set at 90% black because we have total dot gain limits built into the color preferences in the conversion from RGB to CMYK. That's another story, that's another step. But for right now, just know that you don't want to build up 100%. That's why these are in different percentages all the way through. You don't want to build up 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%. That'd be 400%. So in conversion, a standard percentage, depending on your print process, like for screen printing, it might be 240% total ink limit. This company obviously has theirs already preset. This black came in with it. Then you set your artwork in the template down over top of it. Now, this artwork came from another customer on the outside, and you'll see this little gray difference. Even in the art, visually, you can see a gray difference. This is very rich out here, and this is very washed out. The reason being, if you look at the K, it's only got 100% solid K in there. And so what I'm going to do to make sure that that stays rich is, this is on a flat background, so I have to copy and kind of extract that out of there, just the black portion, inside the artwork. So I copied and pasted from the CMYK into a new channel. And I have to make a couple of these because I just want the outside. So I'm opening up the highlights. And filling in my shadows so that all I get is a hard white, hard black. And then I'm going to use the magic wand tool and select outside here. It does kind of select on the inside of the artwork also. Let's see what we can do with that. So manually then, I'll take my brush tool, I type in the letter B. Let's see. So I paint with white in the foreground. I just eat away at that stuff in there, because I want to have a selection of just all of the black. I guess another way is to reference that color, go to select color range, and drag my percentages. You see how you can go clear up here and grab everything, a lot of different stuff. Well, I only want to grab just that portion of the black. I don't know why that's not showing there. That's why. I need to reselect that and let it know that what color I want. Drop it on a new channel, option delete, fills that in solid. So that gives me a good selection of the black percentages there. I opted to do this because for the sake of the tutorial, if I was to just adjust the levels, I've still got some black outside area that's creeping on the inside, and it's just a little too complicated to show you for the tutorial. So I made a selection of it. Oftentimes the magic wand tool and selection color range is not a good option. But here I was able to drop it down and isolate it enough because of there was enough contrast between this black and this black to allow me to create a good selection. So you can see my selection if I color it a different unique color. And it captures all of that dark black that's on the inside of the artwork there. And because I've adjusted and burned out any of the brighter highlight ranges over here, like very light shades you can see in my small letters in the minimum octane rating, that font must have been a different black color also when they were separating or creating the artwork, because I can burn that out. You see how it's broken up? It's not like 100% solid. So I'm going to take this range, drag it over this way. You don't see much change, but it's changing it because each one of these points is like a percent. You see those steps in there, and it's like filling it in to be more solid. Now, if I try to adjust that slider again, you don't see that little junk debris that was left over. I've filled it in, made it solid. Nice little tutorial for the newbies to show you some tips. So now I'm going to make a selection of this. I hold down the command key on a PC, control key on a Mac. I hold that down and click on the channel, come back to the CMYK, and then I take the eyedropper, letter I, click on it, and I reference to make sure that my percentages are the same here, that I'll fill in this area. So if I click on here, that tells me where that black is. Click on here, this tells me what I'm going to fill it with. So I'm going to fill that with the rich black. Ooh, much better now. And then I'll get rid of all of this junk and save my file the same two, not plus, underscore. Want to save it as, oh, I see why. I want to save it as a regular Photoshop JPEG, flatten image, and now save as a copy. Yeah, I can keep it as a regular JPEG. And then I'll rename it to save. And once it's done saving, I'll be done. Okay, that's that. Thank you very much. Just a little tip on colors and ink percentages. I do this in simulated process when I'm printing on a light colored shirt and I have black going down. I don't want to use just black because that makes people think in their mind that they have to print it heavier when I'm trying to also control dot gain. So they might double stroke that black to make on a light shirt to make it richer or deeper or cover well. So if I build the separations up with the next darkest color up underneath of the CMY or the spot color black, then that becomes a richer, more covered black. Let's say even this light blue can be used in, let's say 30 to 40% halftone complete solid fill underneath of the black. If it's going under halftones, then I adjust that and cut that back a little bit and use curves but in a nutshell, it helps me create richer, stronger blacks in my CMYK printing, and that's why I mentioned it. So here we are. That's it. Thank you. Dot Dan out. Talk to you later.